Hello, I'm Trainer James, and today I am bringing you a Boros Werewolf deck because yesterday we played a Selesnya Werewolf deck because I wanted to try werewolves without Tovolar. And so today I'm trying Boros Werewolves for the same reason. I want to try a different color combination of werewolves without Tovolar. And plus, I haven't gotten a chance to try the Volatile Arsonist yet. So I wanted to be able to play this because it looks really cool. For 5 mana, you get a Menace Haste creature that's a 4/4, and when it attacks, it deals 1 damage to a creature, a player, and a planeswalker. And then once it flips, it becomes a 5/5 with Menace and Haste, and it gets to shock all of those targets. So Volatile Arsonist is one I'm really looking forward to. And plus, since we're playing white, we get to play one of the best werewolves, probably one of the best creatures in Standard at the moment. Brutal Cathar comes down, exiles an opponent's creature, and then once it flips, it becomes a 3/3 with first strike and ward, pay 3 life. So that's really good. Obviously, Reckless Stormseeker we know is good. Ill-Tempered Loner, I personally really enjoy. I've played with this before, so I went ahead and put all 4 copies in here. Maybe you don't need 4 copies, but we're going to give it a shot. And then for our non-werewolf package, we basically have this standard mono-white creatures. We have 4 Luminarch Aspirant, 4 Thalia, and 4 Elite Spellbinder. This is pretty much a good way of taxing our opponents with Thalia, Elite Spellbinder, Paladin Class. And then we also have 4 Spikefield Hazard and 2 Cinderclasm, because even though Cinderclasm can kill a lot of our creatures, Thalia, Elite Spellbinder, Brutal Cathar if it's not flipped, assuming they don't have counters on them from Luminarch Aspirant, it's still a great way of clearing the board because mono-white is still very prevalent out there within Standard, at least Standard best of 1. So we're going to play with 2 Cinderclasm. And yeah, this is the deck. So let's get to some matches, and I will see you on the battlefield. Well, Paladin Class, Luminarch Aspirant, and 2 3-drops. Ooh. Okay. Let's reveal this. Play Paladin Class. That Furycalm Snarl was actually a good first draw. Otherwise, we would have had to have played a tapped land. To play you. Play our own Aspirant. Brutal Cathar. Alright, well, we do have our own Brutal Cathar that we can take from them. And another Elite Spellbinder. Okay, let's do this. Take theirs. Counter here. So if they have another Brutal Cathar or a Skyclave Apparition, they just take our Brutal Cathar, get theirs back. Yeah, you're taking a Spellbinder. Okay. No box. Ill-Tempered Loner. Kind of want to see what's in their hand. They seem to be stuck on 3 mana. Adeline. Or Intrepid Adversary. Let's take their adversary. And we can put our counter here as well. No attacks. Luminarch Aspirant, sure. Traveling Minster. What do you do? Target creature gets +1, +0 until you gain a life, activate only as a sorcery. Okay. Sure. Take that trade. Play Ill-Tempered Loner. Put a counter here. And no attacks. That way if they play Adeline, if they want to attack, we just block the 1/1 with the Ill-Tempered Loner, and then we can ping something, assuming they don't put a counter here and a counter here. Which they might do. Welcoming Vampire, sure. Okay. Power up their flyer. Makes sense. Do this. Put a counter here. Let's see if they want to trade. Okay. Down to 13. Now this is a 4/4 with first strike. But all of our creatures have the Howlpack Avenger ability, basically, where if they take damage, alright, let's do this. Hit you. Ooh, Cinderclasm. Okay, so let's see. 4, that's 7. So if we put a counter here, that's 8. If they block with this, something takes 3 damage. We could hit Adeline. Okay. So let's do that. So if they don't block, they go down to 6. We use Cinderclasm, kicked. It deals 2 damage to all of our creatures. That's 6 damage, goes right to the face. This can't gain him life because it's tapped. Okay. Let's do this. Go down to 4. Cinderclasm. Face, face, face. 2, 3, Cinderclasm. Okay, we'll keep it. We'll play this first. What? Okay. Sorry, stuff keeps popping up on my laptop. Orzhov, Concealing Curtains. Luminarch Aspirant. Next turn, they're probably going to get into our hand. Oh, yeah. What? Take the Brutal Cathar or Elite Spellbinder? One of them. Okay. Ill-Tempered Loner isn't terrible. They know we're going to Brutal Cathar their Revealing Eye. So let's go ahead and do it. And then let's put a counter here. Attack. Could be a discard deck. Orzhov discard. Orzhov control. Ooh. See if they foretell something. If they do, then it's most likely a Doomscar, but they didn't. Okay. So let's do that. Do this. And let's put a counter here. Well, probably shouldn't yet. No attacks. We kind of want this to flip before we start attacking. That way we can start bolting things. If they attack, they might have a Doomscar. They could have a Meat Hook Massacre. Infernal Grasp, okay. Probably, what, take Thalia? Or the Arsonist. Okay. Put a counter here. No attacks. Flip it. Could have another Infernal Grasp. Professor Onyx. Well, that's one way of dealing with the Howpack Avenger.
Liliana Vess? Sorry, haven't heard that name before.
She goes down to 2. Okay, so let's do this. Do that.
So much for a new start.
And then do that.
You'll learn the power of death.
Do this. Let's play Thalia. Put a counter here. Down to 12. Wolf. Okay. It's totally fine.
I will cull the weak.
Do this. Put a counter here. We're going to attack you. Put these two here. Target a creature. Target a player. Oh, I guess we could have just... Yeah, we could have just attacked face. That's right. My bad. Well. Wasted an attack.
I return to my power is for annihilation.
Edgar, okay. Nice. I don't think they can really win, though. Do this. Because this has Menace. So... Alright, we'll do that. Plus we're gonna ping this anyways. Target a creature, target a player, no planeswalkers. Gotta remember that it can ping planeswalkers. Yeah, Thalia just ends it. F-Sola 008. Thalia, Brutal Cathar, Ill-Tempered Loner. With a Furycalm Snarl, we'll keep that. Play you, decline to show anything. We don't have a turn 1 play, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. Well, can't really attack it at Thalia, now can ya? Even with Luminarch Aspirant. Guess that's one way of doing it. Elite Spellbinder. Kinda want to. Stonebinder, Elite Spellbinder, Fateful Absence. We'll take their Spellbinder. They might Fateful Absence our Elite Spellbinder. Redain, okay. No blocks. So... do we allow them to Fateful Absence this? Because we know they'll Fateful Absence the Brutal Cathar. Let's see if they want to take Thalia. If they do, they have to pay an extra to do it, and then they can still play their Stonebinder's Familiar. It looks like that's what they're gonna do. Okay, they're gonna Fateful Absence our Elite Spellbinder. That's fine. Okay. Draw a card. Drew ourselves a plane. So if they Elite Spellbinder this, it goes up to 6. We have 6 mana, we can play it. So let's Brutal Cathar. Their Redain. We can attack here. They're gonna Elite Spellbinder next turn. Make this a 2/2. Attack with this as well. Intrepid Adversary. Okay. No blocks. Ooh. Play Ill-Tempered Loner. No attacks. Pass turn. What happens if our opponent doesn't have the 5th land? Stonebinder's Familiar. Okay. So no 5th land. Another Stonebinder's Familiar. Okay. So they're not going to attack. Or at least highly unlikely that they attack. My turn. Ooh, buddy. Ooh, buddy. Alright. No attacks. Flip. Thalia is gonna die, unfortunately. But I think, well, okay. This costs 3, 4, 5, 6. If they exile, it costs 6. We have 6 mana. So let's let them do it. Actually, let's not. Let's play this kicked. 2. 2. Look at this hand. No 2-drops. Alright, we'll mulligan. Well, still no 2-drops. But I guess we'll keep it. And let's see, we can get rid of that. Falkenrath Pitfighter. Okay. Reveal this. Exile that. Oh, now we can play Thalia. Turn 2. Evolving Wilds. Ooh. Thalia. We got our 3rd land, which is nice. Welcoming Vampire. Elite Spellbinder. Let's see what they have. Florian or Vampire Socialite? Get rid of Florian. No attacks. Vampire Socialite. Luminarch Aspirant. Okay, let's do it. Counter here. Attack. Don't want to trade. They could have another Vampire Socialite in hand. Or they just want to play Florian. Florian. Sure. Let's do this. Counter here. No attacks. Okay, cool, cool. play this. Or Elite Spellbinder. See what else is in their hand. So let's do that. Nothing but lands. Okay. Well. Let's keep making you big. Attack here. Pass turn. Probably could have played this as a land, but I just want to keep it. Maybe they'll play, you know, another Falkenrath Pitfighter or something. They can't double spell because they only have lands, so that's nice. Now we can do this. And just attack with everything. Okay. Do it. Should just hit attack all. Infernal Grasp. Oh, you should have Infernal Grasp this. I'll tell you what. Alright. Halpack Avenger is the one you definitely want to remove if you have removal. 6, 7, 10, 13, 16. So they have to block or else, well, they die anyways. Yes. Okay. Now. Okay. So we're gonna kill their whole board, and they have 2 lands in hand. Yeah. Okay. So those were the matches. As you can see, we played 8 games across an hour and 3 minutes with a 63% win rate overall, 50% on the play, 67% on the draw. As you can see from the matchup stat right here, Werewolves tend to have a pretty poor matchup against black decks because black has so much removal, and especially if they're playing snowlands, they're playing, you know, blood on the snow. So just mass removal like that, or if they have enough mana to play a Meat Hook Massacre, and it just wipes our entire board because we're playing creature heavy decks. That's all black wants to see. They want to see the opponent playing creature heavy deck. That way they have a way to use their removal, which is why black decks tend to be pretty poor against the Izzet decks going around in Standard right now. So yeah, so we lost against a Golgari deck, a Rakdos deck, and an Esper deck, but I mean, again, just like with the Selesnya Werewolves, if you're having a hard time against mono-white or white decks in general, Werewolves perform pretty well against white decks. Again, 2 mono-white, we went 2-0, and Orzhov deck, we went 1-0. We had a Mardu deck, we went 1-0, and then a mono-green, we went 1-0. So overall, I did enjoy this deck. Boros Werewolves was a whole lot of fun. One thing I gotta say about the deck is that I really enjoyed playing Volatile Arsonist because I hadn't played with this werewolf yet. A 5-mana werewolf that's 4/4 with menace and haste, and when it attacks, it gets to ping a creature, a player, and a planeswalker the opponent controls. And once it flips, it becomes a 5/5 that also has menace and haste, and then instead of pinging, it just shocks a creature, a player, and a planeswalker. So Volatile Arsonist is a definite standout in this deck, and I really enjoyed playing it. Ill-Tempered Loner I already knew was good because I had played it in Werewolves before. Once it flips and it enables our entire team, or our entire board, to basically deal damage to any target once they take damage. That's really good. So the Howlpack Avenger basically is a definite standout within this deck as well. Reckless Stormseeker and Brutal Cathar, we already knew were great, great werewolves. And then we had, just a couple staples from Mono-White, Luminarch Aspirant, Thalia, Elite Spellbinder. They were all real good. And even though we were playing 4 full sets of Thalia, I found Paladin Class, Spikefield Hazard, and Cinderclasm to be great in this deck. Cinderclasm works especially well going against white decks. Not so well against the mono or the black decks that we struggle against. But I mean, other than that, like maybe if you're playing best of one, maybe we have what's the card, the white card that phases out? Guardian of Faith. Maybe you add a couple Guardian of Faith into the deck because it has flash, so you can flash it in if your opponent decides to play Blood on the Snow or something like that and protect all of your creatures. Or if you're playing best of 3, I would just add it to the sideboard. But overall, I did enjoy this deck. If you're struggling against black decks, I don't really recommend this deck, but if you just want to have fun with a Boros Werewolves deck that doesn't rely on, Tovolar and Keswick Naturalist, basically the same things that the Selesnya Werewolf deck that we played doesn't rely on, or the Mono Green Werewolf deck that we played, doesn't rely on, like I said, with Tovolar and Keswick Naturalist. Yeah, so this deck was a lot of fun, and I hope you do get out there, and I hope you do play it. If you do, be sure and let me know. You can find me on Twitter. I'm Trainer James, MTG on Twitter. Yeah, MTG, not MTGA. MTG. Trainer James, MTG. Anyways, yeah, so I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye. 10. They're taking 18 right now. All right.